notice when things repeat themselves.
And maybe there will be telltale signs, like those glitches in the Matrix when things repeat themselves.
Are we living in a simulation? Next time on Philosophy Talk.
Listen to Philosophy Talk today at noon on KSJE 90.9 FM, Farmington. "11 minutes past 8 o'clock. It is Tuesday morning, the 26th day of August, 2025. Good morning, everyone. I'm Scott Micklin. Thanks for tuning in to KSJE. We're usually broadcasting at 90.9 FM, but not today. We've got some technical issues that we're working through, but we're still streaming. You can still listen at KSJE.com, and our viewers are still watching, still streaming the video out to KSJE's Facebook page and our YouTube channel. So welcome aboard, everyone. Glad you found us this morning. And coming up in the next few moments, we are getting ready to celebrate the start of the fall semester here at San Juan College, talking with San Juan College President, Dr. Toni Pendergrass. She is my guest this morning to talk a little bit about some of the accomplishments here at San Juan College, how some of our students are doing, and some of the other things to share with you this morning. So that's coming up in the next few moments right here on KSJE. It's Tuesday, of course, so we'll check in with Amber Francisco later this hour with our Adopt a Pet Tuesday segment. She'll be telling us about some of the pets available for adoption this week, including Finley. That's the name of the good-looking dog you see on the screen right there, so stay tuned for that. Coming up today, 8:50 a.m. on KSJE. Next hour, of course, Mick Hess is going to take us roving with the arts. It is KSJE's long-running classical music program next hour here. And don't forget, you can connect with us on other forms of social media like Instagram and Blue Sky and X, in addition to Facebook and YouTube. And if you're a podcast listener, a reminder to subscribe to KSJE Podcasts, available where you're already listening to podcast, I will bet. So check it out and discover a new local program that you may have missed, or better yet, download the new KSJE app and stay connected on the go. You get access to our podcast right there in the app. Listen live and much, much more, available now at the App Store and on Google Play. Outside our studios here at San Juan College, how about those rain showers we're experiencing this morning? Much needed rain throughout the region today. 65 degrees at the moment. We're expecting a good day of off and on showers today. 70% chance of off and on rain showers with a high near 80 degrees. More chances for showers tonight, the low 63, and maybe more tomorrow with a 50% chance of scattered showers, the high 76 on Wednesday, 61 Wednesday night. Partly sunny skies on Thursday with a high of 78, 79 on Friday. Things warming up on Saturday and Sunday into the low to mid 80s, and back to the low 80s on Monday. Back with my guest, Dr. Toni Pendergrass from San Juan College, right after this on KSJE. KSJE is supported by San Juan Regional Medical Center. The caregivers of San Juan Regional Medical Center are committed to bettering the quality of life, health, and care of individuals, families, and our communities. Life is their sacred trust. Better is their mission. Here is their home. San Juan Regional Medical Center, improving the health of the Four Corners since 1910. Celebrate 36 years of tradition and talent at Farmington's annual Tota Festival and Indian Market this Labor Day weekend. Immerse in the rich culture and skill of Native American artisans. Enjoy food, join the 5K River Run and Walk, and experience the authentic Navajo rug auction as well as the powwow. It's all happening August 29th through the 31st at the Farmington Civic Center. Find the full schedule online at farmingtonnm.org.
Now back to Studio A and the award-winning Scott Micklin Morning Program on KSJE.
My guest this morning, as I mentioned, the president of San Juan College, joining me for the start of the fall 2025 semester. Dr. Toni Pendergrass is here. Dr. Pendergrass, welcome back to KSJE. Nice to have you here.
Thank you, Scott.
Good to be here on the second day of the semester. Things up and running on Monday, and you were telling me you just were checking enrollment numbers before we sat down, and how are things looking?
They're looking great. We're up almost 7%.
That's a lot, it sounds like to me. I mean,
Yes.
normally it's maybe 2 or 3%, and this year it's 7.
Exactly. We're
Very
thrilled
good.
about that.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people working very hard to make that number happen, and so it doesn't happen by accident, I don't think.
Not at all. Takes all of us.
Right. So very good. Well, if I'm looking at the parking lots, I would say that probably also equals 7% because it seems like people are here and parking lots are full, and that's a good thing, and classrooms are full.
Yes, a lot of energy on the campus.
Very, very true. Well, as we do when we sit down and talk to each other, I like to share some of the things you shared with the faculty and staff at Convocation, which was held last week here at San Juan College, about some of the successes and some of the main things that students are doing and accomplishing over the past year. And so I've kind of borrowed a few things from your presentation from last week to share with our audiences. And one of them, to begin with, is overall course success. And so I wanted to ask you a bit about that.
Right, absolutely, Scott. So this first annual objective has to do with dual credit students. So we have great relationships with all of our school districts, and we really want students to accumulate credits, college credits, while they're in high school, which is called dual credit.
Right.
So our goal is that they'll increase and have nearly 9 credits over their high school career of college credit.
Nice.
And you can see we did have an increase slightly of those that were able to get 3 credit hours. So moved from 79 to 80. Not a huge improvement, but it is on the right track.
Right. Very true. And that is great, I think, for parents, too, because it's free
Exactly.
when they take
That's
a
really
college
important.
class, right?
And their
while they're in high
books
school.
are free, too. They're paid for by the school districts.
All of that. So that's great. And again, the college has agreements with all the local school districts to offer these?
Yes, we do, all of them.
Nice.
And we meet monthly with all the superintendents and principals.
Got you. Very, very good. And would the same opportunity be available for homeschooled students with a different type of arrangement? Or?
Yes, we also have agreements with the homeschool.
Okay, very good. Good to know. Another nice graph I wanted to share as well with these dual credit students, again, showing kind of how they're doing, right?
Yes, and this graph shows that we had an increase of 10% in our head count enrollment. We now have 2,105 students, so over 2,000 students. So we're back to our pre-COVID levels, and we're really happy that we have such a high enrollment in dual credit.
Yeah, very much so. So again, congratulations again to a lot of folks who've been working to see that number go up.
Yes.
And to be back at that pre-COVID level. Student course rate, success rates by student type. This is another graph that you shared last week at Convocation.
Yes, and what it shows is that our dual credit students, those students that are in high school, have a 78% success rate. And then our degree-seeking students who have not taken dual credit have a 75 success rate. What a success rate is A's, B's, and C's earned in the class.
Okay, got it.
And then lastly, our non-degree students who may be students who are taking the course for a promotion in their job or maybe just for fun, they have a 93% success rate.
Which is great. So that's terrific. And again, this is data that I guess you can use to compare the student success rates here with other colleges around the country too?
Absolutely.
How does that stack up?
Great. We're always shooting for a minimum of 75%.
Gotcha. And so that's right where it needs to be, if not a
Yes,
little higher. So
exactly.
There you go. Very good. Again, the dual credit graduates, when they complete their study and walk across that stage in May to shake your hand and some of the other folks that are on that stage, a celebration of them as well.
Yes, so this year we provided all students with purple cords. This was a tradition started by Rocky Torres at Farmington High School, but it was extended to all of our school districts now. So we had a total of 259 students who accumulated 12 or more college credits. So it saves the families an entire semester of college. And then we are thrilled that we had 57 students that also graduated with associate's degrees at the same time they were graduating with their high school diplomas
Which is
from
just-
our region.
Right, which is amazing to me. And again, those 12 or more college credits, those are good to transfer to another four-year school or wherever that student wants to go, or continue on here at San Juan College, correct?
Absolutely.
Great, very convenient, I would think, for
Yes.
families, especially, again, they're not paying that 12 credit tuition.
Exactly. It's
So,
free.
Right, very true. San Juan College High School, which continues to perform very well. These students are excelling at lots of levels, it seems, and they are on that kind of accelerated path to get their degrees as well, as well as their high school diploma.
Yes, the San Juan College High School has done an excellent job, and they notified us that they received exemplary status recipient, which is the highest designation that is provided by the Public Education Department here in New Mexico. And it's based on their excellence in access, academic excellence, and then their partnerships.
Nice. And I know they've been honored, too, for a lot of their test scores and things like that. I mean, they're one of the top performing schools, student bodies in the state.
Yes,
When it
if
comes
not
to-
the top.
If not the top. I think you're right. So, very true. National Signing Day, another event that's held in the spring. In April, this is another event that's geared towards high school students to, again, celebrate them deciding to come here to San Juan College this fall. So, a lot of these students that we see in these pictures are probably on campus today.
Yes. So our Dean of Trades and Technology, Troy Brown, and his team facilitated this event, and we're thrilled that we had 124 seniors sign on National Signing Day that they want to be major in a career and technical education degree. Vince Moffitt from Basin Home Health was our keynote speaker, and it was just a wonderful celebration of our students committing to San Juan College.
Nice. Very good. And do you think events like this help with that enrollment number that you talked about earlier in the program?
Yes, I'm just so proud of all of our employees working to increase enrollment. We now have over 9,000 students on the academic side and over 4,000 on the corporate training side. So 13,000 students we're serving here at San Juan College each year.
That's a big number, a big impact, lots of lives that are being changed every day, and lots of an economic impact, too, I think, to the community.
Yes, I've told the Board of Trustees that we're ready to surpass 10,000.
That's amazing. Oh, very good. And so I guess they're ready too, or will be?
They are.
Very good. Buckle up, because here we go, right?
Right.
Very good. Transfer students as well. This is another graph that you shared with faculty and staff, and so this is a number that's showing transfer students.
Yes, so it shows our Associate of Arts or our Associate of Science graduates, what percentage of them that have the goal to transfer are actually transferring. So 28% of them did transfer this last year.
Got you. And is that a goal of the college to get them ready to be able to do that?
Absolutely. We want our students to earn baccalaureate degrees.
Very good. Excellent. And articulation agreements, again, this is one of those things that allows, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, our credits to be accepted at other four-year schools across the country and across the state?
Yes, so with the Higher Learning Commission, we want all of our credits to transfer, but when you have an articulation agreement in place, it's a little bit more seamless, and usually you try and negotiate some type of scholarship, or at least I do. And with Western Governors, we're thrilled that they kind of have a different model, and this is an online university. They just pay a flat tuition over 6 months, so a student can take as many courses as they can within that 6-month time frame, and they're providing a large scholarship for all San Juan College students or employees, which is $2,500 over 4 terms.
Wow.
And they have degrees in business, technology, health, nursing, and education.
Wow, amazing. And so that's part of that articulation agreement with that scholarship and some of the other benefits that you were able to negotiate with them?
Yes, they offered those things.
Got it.
So we were thrilled. And, you know, students were kind of geographically isolated here in the Four Corners. And it's, we have Fort Lewis, and then UNM is 3 hours away. Those are our closest
True.
universities besides like Dene and Navajo Tech. So we just want to have as many opportunities as possible for students, and online is a great option as well.
You bet. And I think, too, there are articulation agreements with those other schools that you mentioned?
Yes, we're trying to have, we want to have as many agreements as possible.
Great. And I think they're great partners, too.
Oh, absolutely, they are.
And it kind of goes both ways. They work with
Yes.
us, and we work with them.
Yes.
Very good. Nice. I keep going 2 pages at a time here, and I don't mean to do that. Student Success Initiative, some of the other things, again, to help kind of measure student success. And so a lot of this I know you track semester to semester and year to year.
Yes. So first of all, our Student Success course, our first-year experience course, a team of faculty have really worked to kind of revise that by pathway. So it's embedded in all the pathways, and then they're making sure students have a financial, career, and an educational plan in place in that course. And then our math faculty have worked really hard to increase success rates. And for the courses that don't have supports, their success increased by 4%, and those with support, which they ended up taking a couple extra credit hours, they're anywhere from 19 to 24% higher success rates. It was 19 last fall and 24% in the spring. So I would encourage students, if you're taking math, maybe take that couple extra credits because you will do much better.
Right. Very cool. And then successes in English?
English,
increases
those
there?
increased 1%, and then both of our School of Energy and Health Science, in the School of Energy, they had study halls with tutors, and that helped them improve, as well as Health Sciences had embedded tutors in their courses as well.
Nice.
And then we have what's called I-Care notices, where any full-time or adjunct faculty can submit a notice, and this will help to, if they have a notice in place, we will reach out to those students and try and make sure that they have all the resources they need.
Very good. And this is just an example of some of the many programs and resources that the college puts together for student success to help each student kind of succeed in their classes?
Yes.
Very good. And so that's another thing that's helpful. And I think by having that first year experience course really helps maybe students that are new to the college experience really succeed and do well and know what to expect.
Yes, that's what we try and teach them, is how to be successful in college and in life.
Right. Very, very good. Other successful mentions here, the Dental Association and EMS programs, they had accreditation visits.
Yes, that were very successful. I know in the dental they didn't have any recommendations. They thought
Don't change
we
a
had
thing.
a great program.
Nice.
Exactly.
That rarely happens, I would think.
Exactly. It
So,
does.
very good. And then a nursing and physical therapy assistant program, again, and the dental program too, 100% pass rates, which means every student
Pass
did well.
their licensure exam, so it's huge.
Yeah, and I don't think that happens very often either.
No,
so,
it does not.
Congrats to the students and the faculty for that. A big news story that I remember reporting on too was this partnership with San Juan Regional Medical Center for the college's nursing program. That's been a big partnership for a long time, but now it's going to get even bigger, I think.
Yes, it's a wonderful partnership, and all of us here in the community are grateful because
we're not getting any
actually
younger.
That's
We're gonna need
exactly
nurses.
why. That's exactly why.
Yes, ma'am.
So we're planning to, or this fall, we've increased the nursing cohort by 50%, which will place 96 students, more students per year in the class, or 96 students per year in the class. Right now, we're serving 64, so we're moving it up to 96. And the hospital has agreed to pay us to hire some new faculty, to provide some market stipends for faculty, and we're also going to pay students as well. The hospital is $1,200 a month, so
Nice.
that they aren't compelled to work,
Right.
so they can focus on their studies.
Because that's a pretty rigorous program, and so
Oh,
I think
absolutely.
that would help them to concentrate, as you said, on those studies. And it seems like there's been a waiting list, I think, for students, and so by expanding it, there'll be certainly students to fill those extra slots.
Yes.
So that's good to know. And again, that good partnership with the hospital to kind of grow your own, as you will.
Yes, and they've been wonderful partners for for a long time.
Right, right. Very good. Congratulations. Another way the college is meeting employment needs in the community, this heavy equipment operator program, which is, I think, relatively new.
Yes, it's a new program that started last fall, and they had a goal to serve 35 students, and they ended up serving 53 over the year, and it's a 12-week program, and I was told they receive almost 50 national certifications that are globally recognized.
Wow. Which tells me that that's a lot of job opportunities for these graduates once
Yes,
they get
they
that.
will have multiple job opportunities.
Good for them. Very cool. So that's another new program, as you mentioned. And
And we're really
Go ahead.
grateful to Mesa Land and Gravel.
Right.
And several Four Corners equipment as well. They've been wonderful partners with this program.
do they loan some of the big equipment that we can, that the
Yes,
students
until
can
we were
try it
able
out?
to acquire them.
Got it. Got it. Very good. Well, and that's another big part of this, right, is that the college has partnerships in the business community that allows and helps the college do some of these things, and it's a win-win for the business community and students at the college?
Yes, we would not be where we are without our industry partners.
Very true. Very true. Experiential learning, another area that the college works in. This is strategic direction number 2 that the college kind of uses to kind of guide its path in things. And so this was another increase of students being impacted here?
Yes, we had a 47% increase. So last year we served 476 students. This year we had 700 students that participated in work-based learning. So they actually had jobs up to 20 hours per week in internships or apprenticeships or service learning.
Got you. Very exciting. And so that's a great opportunity for these students to actually get into the workforce and kind of see what it's all about.
Yes, and they're all making $15 to $20 an hour, thanks to the state of New Mexico funding this through a grant.
Right. Very good. Congratulations. Another success rate graph here for some of our classes with strategic directions number 3 and showing some of the increased success rates here.
Yes, so we monitor the students, the classes that most students take, and we look at the success rates every semester. And we're really thrilled that our biology, chemistry, communications, English, and history departments were able to improve their success rates this past year.
Very good. And those are those final grades of A, B, or C's? Is that the
Right,
idea, how you judge that?
exactly.
Got it. Very good. Well, good to know there. And that represents hundreds of students,
If not thousands.
if not thousands. That's true. We're now talking 10,000, so I need to increase my vision here. The student population, the Hispanic student population, this has been something the college has been trying to increase over the last few years, too, to serve more Hispanic students.
Yes. Right now, we're on this graph, we increased from 20.7 to 23% by the way they measure this.
Got you. And that other line there that shows 25%, that's kind of the goal, and that would
Yes.
mean what for the college and for the students?
We could be designated as a Hispanic serving institution and be eligible for a lot more grant opportunities.
Got you. Very good. So the recruitment efforts, I guess, continue with that group of students?
Yes, that's part of our enrollment management plan.
Got you. Very good. Getting closer. Getting closer. Other things on student feedback, the college has made some changes and kind of put through some other things based on the messages you get from students?
Yes, we survey our students each semester and ask for their feedback, and as a result, we decreased registration wait times. We redesigned a process where you submit I-Care notices, and then we started using texting to reach out to students. And we've also partnered with our Echo Food Bank and Roadrunner Food Bank, so we're a site here on our campus, and then we've reduced wait times at the bookstore.
Nice. Very good. And so all those things were just maybe things that hadn't been thought of before until you heard from a student or a group of students about that?
Exactly. We didn't know that maybe they were such an issue until the
Right.
students brought it to our attention.
Got you. Got you. Very, very good. Other facilities updates here. Again, some of the improvements on campus. If anyone's been to San Juan College, they've seen construction and happening and improvements to some of the the roadways and buildings going up and things like that. The picture that we're showing is the new physical plant building that is getting close, I think, to completion.
Yes,
Should
they
be done.
plan to have a ribbon cutting on Halloween.
Nice, very good. But some other things that were happening as well this last year, as we see some welding facilities improved.
Yes, they've been upgraded. We've replaced 4 roofs, or I guess 3 roofs. And then the Student Health Center has been completed, where students are able to go in and get acute physical and mental health care.
Right.
We also have the Dugan Museum, an expansion of that's been fully funded by the Dugan family, which we're extremely grateful for. They're in the planning stages of that. Our physical plant building that you just mentioned it will be complete in October. And then our South Campus classroom is I think it's probably complete by now. And then we received a grant to put in restrooms at our new mountain bike park. And we also are working on a commercial kitchen at our Harvest Food Hub. And then our planned maintenance and renewal and replacement projects.
Gotcha. That's a lot.
Yes.
That list probably represents several $100 million, millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars. What would you think? Significant.
Let me look at the list. Tens of millions.
You're adding it in your head, you're right?
Yes.
So, yeah, those are big projects. Very true. Roofs aren't cheap. I know that for sure.
Exactly.
So that is what's happening. Enrollment, we talked about this when we got started, but again, it kind of continues the trend, which shows some enrollment increases and things like that. And so that seems to be continuing with this number that you told us this morning.
Yes, we had over a 5.3% increase this past year in enrollment.
Got you. And this semester you're saying it's around 7.
6.7%.
Okay.
Almost 7.
And that will go into the spring numbers and average out to be what it is for the year.
Yes.
With summer as well, I guess, right? Is added in there.
Exactly.
Got it. Very good. The legislative session, again, the college gets a lot of funding from the state and for special programs as well, and that's what this is showing as well, some of these new programs, and have gotten some support from state funding.
Yes, our local legislative delegation always does a great job trying to help San Juan College and actually our entire county. This year we were able to get funding for our heavy equipment operator program, our diesel program, and our CDL program. We also, our project was our controls, and so we were thrilled that they've supported us in this manner.
Nice, very good. And I would think some of that might help pay for some of that heavy equipment that you talked about earlier. Is that the
Yes.
idea, to try to add that to these programs?
Exactly.
As we're talking about it. And that controls project, if I remember correctly, is a lot about HVAC and those types of things, and access
Yes.
control with doorways and things like that on campus.
Yes.
Some of those projects. Got it.
Chris Harrelson and his team do a wonderful job.
Right. Very true. The general obligation bond, again, thanks to voters, this has allowed this money to come to San Juan College for some needed improvements and the library support too.
Yes, we'd just like to thank our entire community for always supporting San Juan College. These general obligation bonds are every other year, and it supports higher education and a lot of different projects throughout our community. But we were able to upgrade boilers and heating and cooling controllers. So thank you so much. And then also it supported our library.
Right. And the different things that the library is able to do, like purchase databases to offer access to students and faculty and staff, and books and ebooks and journals and things like that.
Yes.
So keep the library up to snuff with newer editions of things and new books that are coming out and things like that. Energy Transition Act funding, we've heard a lot about that in the past few years. That money is now available, and you're trying to distribute it, I think.
Yes, so please encourage anyone that was laid off from the power plants or in the energy industry to seek us out, or their family members, because we have funding to support both the employees and their family members.
Got you. And that money would pay for tuition and supplies and things like that?
And expenses, living expenses.
Very
and so
generous,
forth.
right?
Yes, very generous.
Got you. So that's important. Would that be the financial aid office that could help with that, or?
It would be our Center for Workforce Development.
Thank you. Got it. And so, but there is significant monies available.
Yes. They've provided us with their entire remaining balance.
Got you. So that's important for folks to consider and to think about and to come here. And again, there's a lot of programs that are available for a career change and to get retrained, and a lot of assistance to help you do that.
Yes.
So very, very good. The Four Corners Conference for Professional Development returned, I think, this past year and was a big success too.
Yes, and this was a collaboration between the county, the city, the college, and lots of other organizations to bring this conference back. And I think it was Mike Stark, our county CEO, that suggested they consider artificial intelligence as a topic. And they did, and there were over 300 people at the conference.
Interesting. And that's a big topic anyway,
Yes,
I think. So
it was actually the theme for our convocation as well.
very, very true. I'm going to ask you about that in a little bit too, as well. But yeah, it's really fascinating to me just how AI is becoming a part of business and education, as we'll talk about too. But it really is interesting. So that was cool. The Hawk Tank competition, which I find really fascinating. This is the kind of like competition, business competition with students from Fort Lewis College and San Juan College. It's kind of modeled after Shark Tank from television. And so again, another Hawk Tank competition this past spring, and San Juan College students did pretty darn well again.
Yes, it's a business plan competition, and we actually, a San Juan College student actually won the grand prize, which was beat out Fort Lewis College, so that's kind of a little point of pride. But
Right.
we're so grateful to Four Corners Innovation for providing the cash prizes and San Juan College Foundation for providing scholarships. There's a high school track, a college track, and then a grand prize. So
Exactly. And
thank
so,
you.
right. And so for anyone listening to us this morning that is thinking about a business or a business plan, this competition happens in the spring, so stay tuned and find out more details on how to maybe enter and be a part of this, because it's pretty significant funding
Yes.
for these folks. And again, the first place winner, again, the Noise Hub, Professional Audio Production and Artist Development Studio. So that got my attention, and very exciting. And they won the first place prize and the grand prize, which I think the San Juan College entry has done that a couple of times now.
Yes, we have.
So congratulations. And again, a great partnership again with Fort Lewis and San Juan College. So great to do. The Trailblaze Cupboard, again, another great service for students who are here on campus and others that don't live on campus, but a way for students to get food and food security.
Yes, we've had a food pantry in the past, but now they've kind of revisioned what this should be, and they've renamed it the Trailblaze Cupboard. And it's basically like a store. And you just go scan your ID, pick up a sack, and get whatever you need, no questions asked. We just ask the students to weigh the food when they leave, but they can have eggs, meat, diapers, shampoo, conditioner, just anything they need. We want our students to have all the resources. And they've started growing food also in a greenhouse. So we are a site for, as I mentioned earlier, Echo and
Right.
Roadrunner Food Bank. We also have grants. We have an employee food drive. And the foundation, in partnership with Dugan Production Corporation, sponsored a summertime family fun fest this summer. And with each ticket sold, Sean Dugan indicated he would match the tickets and donations. And thanks to Gail Dean and her team, we were able to raise $70,000, so that amount was matched. So we have $140,000 for our Food for Thought program,
How wonderful.
which also includes our Harvest Food Hub, and that's in collaboration with all of our local farmers.
Right. But how exciting and how great
Yes.
to be able to do that. And again, the idea being that any student at San Juan College should not have to worry about where their next meal is coming from, how to get food for themselves and things like that. That's what this takes care of.
Absolutely. And they also prepare food and serve with recipe cards on healthy, budget-friendly meals they can make at home.
Right. Very good. The Trailblaze Cupboard, which is open now, and then the student housing continues. I know, I think the occupancy is still pretty high.
Yes, David DeVilliers does an excellent job as the director of student housing. Last year, we had 50 to 60 students of fully executed applications on the waiting list. For this fall, we cut it off at 90 quite a while back. So
Wow.
this is something we're looking at as a phase 2.
Gotcha. That's exciting news as well, right? The show. And I think a lot of folks remember when the college was talking about building student housing, there were a lot of studies that were done to show that it was needed and could support itself. And so this seems to show that those are right, those
Exactly.
predictions. So how many people have you said I told you so to?
I have not yet.
Not yet. Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Not
Dr.
yet.
Pendergrass, that's okay. But the proof is in the numbers, I would think. Very true. You mentioned the Student Health Center, which opened earlier this year. Here are some pictures again of that event as well, to provide, again, physical and mental health care for students, whether they live on campus or commute.
Right. And it's a 2,500 square foot building that's kind of a bump out, an addition from the Health and Human Performance Center.
Right.
And there's a nurse practitioner that works in there, as well as a mental health counselor and administrative assistant. So if any of our students have any health concerns or mental health needs, they can be served through that center.
Right, very nice. And there had been a temporary student health center, but now it's got a permanent home, and so that's what
Yes.
this is now.
It's a beautiful facility.
Yeah, very much so. So, very good. Economic development, we've talked to these folks from Sasquatch XC. They came on the show as well when they moved to Farmington from Silverton, and they took up shop at the Enterprise Center. Another great example of how the college works with businesses and business opportunities.
Yes, so why don't you talk about what they do, Scott?
Well, I know that they make these really cool trailers for off-road camping and exploration, and I think when they say off-road, they really mean off-road, because you don't need a campground or anything for these things. They're pretty self-sufficient.
Exactly. And we're thrilled that they relocated from Silverton to Farmington, and I know Four Corners Innovation and Four Corners Economic Development had a lot to do with that, as well as Martin Brady in our Enterprise Center
Very true.
in
Very
the city.
Yes, very true. Another great opportunity. And then this Metro scorecard, this was new to me as I saw this on your presentation, but it showed Farmington showing up on a national list.
Yes, I think this may merit an interview with Tim Gibbs and maybe the mayor. But we had, for June 2024 compared to June 2025, Farmington, New Mexico, our small metro employment growth, as it's measured, was the highest in the nation at 5.5% job growth. And the mayor mentioned to me that that was mainly because of the construction jobs that are occurring here
Okay.
in our community. But it's great to be number one.
On a good list.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. So, and that's what this is. So, very good. Fall to fall retention, first-time, full-time students. That's another success number.
This is something we measure. It's a leading indicator that you can look at to see if you think you will have more graduates or not. And that's for students who start, that are first-time, full-time, that start in one fall, do they come back the following fall? And we had the highest retention rate in our history at 71%.
How about that? Congratulations. And so that tells you that hopefully many of these students will stick around to graduate.
Yes, and it tells me that our employees are really working hard to try and make sure students persist and graduate.
Gotcha. Very, very good. And a couple more graphs here to show graduation rate and the transfer rates. Again, those are showing improvement as well, increases.
Yes, the way we're measured is first-time, full-time students, and how many of them graduate over 150% of time, so over 3 years. And 43% of our first-time, full-time students graduated within that time period, which is also our highest ever. And our students that had the largest growth, when you look at it by ethnicity, were our white students, who increased from 41% to 58%, which is a huge increase. And second, right behind them, were our Hispanic or Latino students, who had an increase of 39% to 51%.
Gotcha. Very good. Excellent. And this is a graph I love to share because it shows the San Juan College graduates are overachieving every year, I think, with this graduate challenge graph.
Yes, so we have a target of increasing our graduates by 5% per year. This has been something we've measured since 2010, And this last year we had 1,556 graduates. Our target was 1,428. So I'm really thrilled that, once again, for the past 14 years, we've surpassed our target in graduates.
Right, and very exciting to see that. And that number, the target keeps going up, but so do the numbers of graduates keep going up. So
Yes.
you exceed it every year.
We exceed it.
Yes, we do. That's true. Very true. Well, Dr. Pendergrass, we are just about out of time. I did want to ask you briefly, I know part of the other message at Convocation was about AI and use in higher education and things like that. That's a whole other show. I know we could talk about that forever. But I thought it was really interesting to begin that conversation at Convocation and have the faculty and staff learning about what that means for higher education, and something the college is working with and about and learning more about as it progresses, it seems to me.
Yes, and a recent report was just released by Achieving the Dream. It's a leading organization here in our nation with many member colleges. And surprisingly, they were pretty aggressive about our approach to AI. They said that we need to embrace it fully. It's really, what I recall from the report is that people or employers would prefer someone having AI experience over degrees and certificates, which I found pretty in their report. And they said that it has been adopted faster than the computer or the internet.
Wow.
And so they said it's a digital equity issue, basically, that we need to make sure that our students understand how to utilize AI so that they will be successful.
Right.
So it's another skill that we need to work with our students to embrace.
Got you. Very interesting. Well, and again, it seems to me that San Juan College is at kind of the forefront of this conversation and helping to bring staff and faculty along to figure out maybe how to include that into their classes, or at least teach students maybe how to use it responsibly. It's not just a replacement for doing homework and things like that.
Right. It's ethically use it correctly.
Exactly. Very true. Very true. Well, Dr. Pendergrass, it's always great to sit down with you and talk to you about the successes of San Juan College and the year ahead as we get ready to embark on the fall semester here. And we look forward to seeing you on campus, of course, and visiting again in January for the spring semester as well.
Sounds great.
Great. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you, Scott.
You bet. My guest this morning, San Juan College President, Dr. Toni Pendergrass, here with me on the second day of the fall semester on KSJE.